Friday is back at Lowe's. Great savings. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through April 11th. Supplies last. See store for details. U.S. only. Lowe's. There's an old saying as a parent, you give your kids an inch, they take a mile. So as a parent, you want to make sure that you have certain ground rules and certain borders for your 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 16-year-old, 18-year-old. And then when they become 20-year-old and they're in college or doing it, they're on their own. But when they're in the house, you give a kid an inch, they take a mile. Kids explore. Kids are curious. Kids are rebels. That's part of being young. Well, pro athletes are mostly young. They're in their 20s. And so when Bill Belichick allowed Tom Brady to use his own trainer, Bill Belichick's fear was obvious. Well, if you use your own trainer and then this guy used their own trainer, I got 30 guys in my locker room using their own trainer. So Belichick ideally didn't want to have Alex Guerrero traveling with the team and on the sidelines and with Tom. But he allowed it. And now what's happening is Belichick's worst nightmare. Now Gronk is using Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady's trainer. And so now the two biggest stars in the locker room are using non-New England Patriot training staff people. There's a story Christine told you about earlier where Belichick reportedly undressed Gronk in front of the other players for using Alex Guerrero. This is why coaches have rules. I mean, if you listen to the media, the media's always been pro-player. Players are pressed. You can't have players running a locker room. That's why you have GMs and coaches. As great as LeBron is, he shouldn't be running everything. You have general managers, scouts in Europe, domestic scouts, college scouts. Belichick's biggest fear was, I'm going to let Brady have this thing, and it's going to get unwieldy, and then Gronk's going to come in, and this is going to come in. Now you've got a division, reportedly in New England, where everybody's like, Brady's bad-mouthing or his people are reportedly like, forget the staff, they're old school. Our new age guy's way better, and frankly, the new age guy may be way better. I don't know. But this is, give a guy an inch, they take a mile. This is what happened. This is why Nick Saban, this is why most football coaches are strong, rule guys, my way or the highway guys. Because when you open the door to a little, it becomes big. And New England in the last year has had more noise, more distortion, more disturbance, more chaos, all because they let a trainer in. And now Gronk wants the trainer, and others want the trainer. This is why football coaches generally have to be strong, and why pro-player coaches may have some initial success, but generally it doesn't last. Saban lasts. Chuck Noll lasted. Belichick lasted. They were tough on players. They had rules. You couldn't break them. Sometimes I read media columns. Let the player have what he wants. Really, you want Odell Beckham running your locker room? Okay, I'm going to go with Odell Beckham blew up Ben McAdoo and the Giants last year. Give them an inch, they take a mile. Belichick broke his own rules. Now you got Gronk, Brady, Belichick, chirp, 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 and all aligned. This is how dynasties generally end. Christine with the news.
No. Heard on the news. This is the Headline News.
So we were just talking about the snow in Chicago.
I know.
It is also the Cubs' scheduled home opener day against the Pirates. Yeah. That is no longer happening. This is a scene at... it is... I want to say pouring snow, but that's not the right thing. It was...
it's snowing.
It's blizzarding out there. I think
it's
that
real.
They were the players were out there throwing snowballs, maybe some snow angels. So they've rescheduled the game for tomorrow at 1:20. But honestly, I don't know if that's even going to happen because there's still snow in the forecast for the rest of the day. Yeah.
This is, Christina.
I know exactly what you're going to say. That's why I did the story.
If you end baseball if you cut 30 games off baseball, you'd start the season about now, and then in about 2 weeks, in late April to May, the northern teams would host their first games. It's like this happens every year for a reason. You have makeup games. You had 162 games. Go down to 125, 130.
They don't need that many.
They
really don't.
Do you really need double the NBA?
Nope.
I mean, I could make an argument. I love the NBA. You could cut 15 games out of it. If you went to 70 games from 82
Sure.
we'd still feel like it wouldn't give us teams that shouldn't be in the playoffs in the playoffs.
No. It'd just be less basketball to watch. Which
And by the way,
hurts
generally
money.
healthier teams in the playoffs, less
Yeah.
wear and tear in a player's body.
But I agree with you. On baseball, I mean, this happens all the time. No one wants to go watch a baseball game in the snow. That doesn't feel right.
I was watching a Yankee game over the weekend, and it was Friday. There was nobody in the stands. I was watching the Nats and the Mets yesterday. There's nobody in the stands with Bryce Harper and all these stars freezing out.
Your favorite soccer player, Christian Pulisic?
Oh.
That's how we're saying
Yes.
it, right? Pulisic? He was playing for Dartmouth, and he had an amazing goal.
Oh, show it to me.
Here it is.
All right, here we go.
There's Pulisic. Decent across. A sensational goal. Christian Pulisic almost can't believe it himself. What a way to open the scoring.
Oh,
Out of absolutely nowhere, Borussia Dortmund find themselves a goal to the goods at home to Stuttgart.
God.
That's a pretty amazing goal. I'll give that to him.
God, I love watching him play. Look at this. Oh, Christine.
I feel like you would enjoy doing.
Soccer play-by-play.
Yes. Why are you reading my mind?
Pulisic,
exactly what I was
right
gonna
side
say.
in the wing for the equalizer. Yes.
But do
Goal!
No, you can't do goal like that. You got to do goal.
I can't do that. God, I love watching that kid play. God.
I'm really
So exciting.
impressed that you read my mind just there.
Amazing.
Either that or I know you too well. And finally, Ronda Rousey made her WWE debut at WrestleMania 34. There's some people here who are very, very excited about that. Dana White was in the front row to support her.
How did it go?
Apparently, she did very well. Although I heard, this would be my fear too. So yeah, right here. So she's punching.
Ooh.
And isn't this lady? Her name is. And
Oh
she's
my
like the
word,
COO,
look at
and
her.
She decided to get in the ring with Ronda Rousey, and so she's like punching, and then I think she might have actually really punched her. It wasn't like a fake punch; it was a real punch, and you could see the girl Stephanie just goes down.
Wow.
That would be my fear if I was like a WWE person, and then you're fighting against Ronda Rousey, that she would accidentally
I'm happy for her.
really punch you.
I know. I'm happy for her.
But so Dana White was there, and Ronda, about Dana being there, said, he's had a hell of a weekend, and I just thought he really needs some smiles and a good time. Which is true, and also brings me to the point of, I think Conor might be better in WWE.
I know, but he's still the best fighter they have. I think WWE is where you go, like Brock Lesnar.
When you're done.
Well, yeah, and you may have a fighter, but when you're the best, you don't retire in the NBA when you're the best player. I think Conor's the best fighter that the UFC has.
This is so... there's a Ninja Warrior who is going to be a WWE star
Who?
pretty soon. Casey Catanzaro. She's like 4'11".
Wow.
Maybe
I'll watch that show there.
If you watch occasionally, you might know some of these things. We're also talking about stuntmen. There's a lot of stuntmen in Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, there are.
Really talented athletes, Colin.
I like that update. I'm starting to warm to WWE. All right, Christine with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Live
Car
News.
shopping's confusing. A lot of terms: dealer price, list price. Here's what's not confusing. New or used car? Be more confident. TrueCar.com. Save $3,000 off MSRP. He played in the NBA for almost a decade and a half. He has a championship playing in Cleveland in 2016 with LeBron James. Played some college hoops at one of my favorite places, Duke. Let's bring on Dahntay Jones in the Herd today on a Monday. It is Monday. So people are saying I'm a little nuts. So I said something. Good to see you, Dahntay. You bring that mic over to you?
Yes, sir.
So I was talking about the grade 8 and the fake 8. Now, this sounds critical. I said, I've been watching the NBA for 40 years. Now, there's a lot of talented guys. I mean, everybody's talented in the NBA.
Okay.
But I'm talking about people that change the league.
Yes.
8 players in my life literally changed the league. Kareem, Magic, Bird, MJ, Duncan created a dynasty. Then I would say, and this seems harsh, the fake 8, where they're great, they're going to be Hall of Famers, they're amazing, but they're a little, like Blake Griffin is like not changing the league. But there's a kid out there named BSimons, and I watch him and I'm like, okay, he looks like the grade 8. Like, I'm sorry, but I see Magic Johnson.
But did you put Bron in the grade 8?
Yeah, LeBron's in the grade 8.
Oh, you didn't say that. I'm just
Okay,
making sure.
so
I see the graphic.
Sammy, get the grade
but
8 up.
I didn't hear it.
Okay. So I want to show you the grade 8. Sammy, why don't you do something today besides just watch and admire how great this show is? So the grade 8 here's the grade 8.
Okay.
Now, by the way, Kobe was with Shaq, and Shaq was more, to me, important to the league.
But you got to put Kobe.
I can't because he's MJ light. He's diet MJ. You can't be diet anything.
But he's a combination of the greats of the past. Like, that's what LeBron is. He's a combination of the greats. He's a combination of a Magic and no, I'm sorry. He's a combination of a Jordan and a Pippen. Because I like what Pippen said the other day about Mike. He didn't have to do all the things that LeBron has to do right now. Like, he had me. He had me to be the point forward. He had me to defend.
Right.
So then LeBron comes in without that personnel and that luxury, and he just does it all.
Yeah.
He does the job of Pippen and Jordan. He's point forward. He has to defend at times, and he has to score. So if he had personnel like Jordan it'd be different. If you just made him score, we might have a different story.
So you played 13 years in the league. When you played with LeBron, I mean, you guys are all gifted. You all work hard.
Right.
You all get the game. Was it just the physical component of LeBron that you're like, he's just bigger and stronger than dudes?
He's bigger, stronger, faster.
Okay.
But then we have people that exist with just that. Like, they don't work. They don't study. They're just bigger, stronger, faster than you, and they could dominate for a couple of years. They go in and out. They may achieve some success, maybe a couple All-Star games.
Right.
But then when you get a person that's bigger, faster, stronger, and studies, and eats well, and it's like maniacal about how he takes care of his body. Like
Kobe, MJ, LeBron.
Right. So while Kobe is not as talented as Vince Carter or some of those other guys, he just works harder.
Sure.
He takes care of his body. He does all the things right, and he wants it more. Now, you got that with a person who's 6'8", 6'9", 270, faster than everybody else, and he wants it more. He's spending that time in the gym. He's eating right. He's paying for the right things for his body. He's using modern medicine. He's doing more than you with that God-given ability. Then that's what you get with him.
When you see Ben Simmons, and I don't know if he has all that stuff you just mentioned, but when you walk into the league and immediately
he's scary.
Dahntay, it's just not. I mean, I was around with Magic. I'm not 28. I was around with Magic. That's what Magic did. He was different than everybody else immediately.
Right. But see, now Ben has Bron. And Ben, as he looks up to him, he admires him, and he learns from him. He's willing to learn and digest everything that he's doing. So that's where he becomes scary, because now he's just doing off his ability right now.
When do you see Magic or LeBron with Ben?
I see Magic and LeBron. I think people now are combinations of the greats. You have to pay homage to all the greats. And Bron is Jordan and Pippen together. He does that. And he's Magic and LeBron. He has what Bron doesn't have. Bron sees the floor well, but Ben sees it better.
Wow.
And he's big and strong, fast. Like, he hasn't even grown into his grown man body yet. Like, he doesn't have a 21, 22-year-old body. He has that 19, 20-year-old. Like, he hasn't even we've watched Bron's body grow over time,
yeah,
right? Because he became a man.
Right.
Ben is knocking men over and has a kid body.
God, he is just, I mean, again, it's nothing against all the great players. It's nothing against Blake and Westbrook, but I'm watching this 6'9.5" kid.
He's just learning how to study the game. He's just learning what he needs to be great. And he hasn't even tapped into a jump shot yet. Like, that's crazy.
Okay, so
and he doesn't have to use one
Could I
yet.
make this argument, Dahntay, that he's never going to need to be a great shooter because he's so inclusive, he will attract great shooters?
You can put him around great shooters, and why make him a great shooter right now? Because you can get personnel great shooters. You can't stop what he does in the open court, and posting early is a problem for most point guards. So yes, he's going to work on it, and yes, he's going to get it, but he's never really going to have to settle, because he'd probably never be in a position where he's going to have to be a scorer.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
So
I think he'll attract guys who want to. I mean, if I'm an NBA,
you can find more of them. You can find specialists to score and shoot and all that, but you can't find another 6'9" guy to run up and down the court, handle the ball like that, and see the floor better than anybody in the NBA. You won't be able to find that again.
It's funny about. People think I hate Russell Westbrook, and every time I criticize him, I always say this to make sure everybody knows. He's the most dynamic athlete in the league.
Yes.
And if I had $150 to watch a player, he'd probably be it, because I've seen LeBron several times. So he's dynamic. I didn't have a problem with the MVP. I'm not into stats.
Super athlete.
Okay, but here's something you can't deny. Not every great player, Stephon Marbury, is easy to play with. Some players are less inclusive. Dominique Wilkins was a highlight reel, but it's not like everybody around it. Steve Nash wasn't a world class, but everybody got better around him. I watch Westbrook and I see a guy end of the shot clock.
He's not
nuts.
He's not like Steve Nash, but what is he like? He's like the other greats, like Jordan, Kobe. They weren't dreams to play with.
Right.
But what they had was personnel, and they had great coaching. He has neither.
Whoa, come on.
No, I'm sorry. That was wrong. He doesn't have championship level coaching.
I agree.
And he just got personnel, and they have to make it work on the fly.
No.
So they had a training camp, a shortened training camp to make this work. And you had guys that came in with bad habits that they're trying to put away their bad habits to make this work together as a collective. They haven't had that much time. They haven't grown over the years together. Jordan got Pippen and all that other stuff, and guys who were mature in their career, and it worked. But they had championship level coaching.
No, I think
Kobe had Phil. Kobe and Shaq had Phil. They had Phil. Phil made that work. When does Donovan get put out there to be able to make this all work?
No, we got into this last week, and I you know where I look for, like, I'll watch a game. I think this kid in Utah, the head coach at Utah, Quinn Snyder,
genius.
Offensively,
Basketball genius.
He's Brad Stevens West. They're cutting. How Joe Ingles and Okafor and these guys get so many open looks, it has to be coaching.
Mm-hmm. No, it is
It's
coaching.
a rookie. It's Ricky Rubio. They got wide open jumpers. I call like gut buddies in Vegas. What is the coach worth? Vegas doesn't like Billy Donovan as a coach. They think he is a below average coach. So to your point, they don't see him as a championship level coach. So, but I do think
they're good coaches and they're championship level coaches.
Yeah,
I think he's a good coach. But
Ty Lue's a good coach.
I think Ty Lue has just started his coaching career.
Okay,
so like he's in the first 3 years of a window.
Okay.
Billy's been coaching a long time, so
All right.
we can't even give him that. Ty Lue is just beginning as a coach, so we don't know what he is at. He's a championship level coach to start with. He has a championship, but he has room to get better, like everybody else. He just hasn't had the time yet.
Dahntay Jones joining us, NBA player, championship, played with Duke. When I look at the Warriors now, my takeaway, I still think they'll win the West. But I will say there is something called attrition. You could open with the T-Wolves, and they're physical. They don't shoot threes, they're physical. And then you could go to a well-coached Houston, who's going to make you work your tails off in the defensive end.
Right.
And then you're just going to be getting Steph back. And then you face Houston. I can make the argument LeBron's going to have a lot more rest and a lot fewer games, and Golden State may win. They're not sweeping through it like you've been on that championship run. Listen, you were on a championship team. I think there's an advantage getting to the finals and having played 5 less games.
Definitely is.
Talk about
just
that.
By winning a championship is a combination of having a cohesive unit and health and a little bit of luck.
There's luck, absolutely.
And a great team. So that health and the luck of who you're playing is not in their favor this year. This is the first time it's not in their favor, where they will be sweeping through teams and the West is just not what it's supposed to be. No, they're going to have a first round if they get OKC in the first round.
They're going to make you work.
I think worst case scenario is a 7-game series.
Oh, come on now. OKC can't take Golden State 7.
They just showed you last night that when they want to play defense, they can. And this is the first. And this is one team that has two defenders to be able to guard that one guy. See, Houston. I'm sorry. The one guy right now. Like Russ can play D when he wants to, and when he locks in for a series, he will. Paul George, one of the best two-way players in top 2 right now in the game. Like they can guard a different combination.
Steven Adams is a beast on the offensive glass,
and they have a beast behind them. Your defenders are only as good as your interior presence behind you, and they have that. They have athletes, like they can play defense when they want to, when it counts. So they're going to be scary coming up for an OKC team because now they can guard all the stuff you have going on offensively. Can you guard them?
And finally, Dahntay, there's a reason the playoffs are different than the regular season. Everybody's equally rested, and everybody's equally vested. The games matter for everybody.
Right.
Philadelphia shocked me. But now, okay.
Experience. They lack experience.
Okay.
It's different.
Okay, so take me back to your career. Did you ever face a hot young team in the playoffs and you're like, oh, God, they're just babies. They're just not ready yet? You faced a young Toronto team in Cleveland, didn't you?
Yeah, they just weren't ready.
Right.
They weren't
talented.
Talented weren't ready for the level of physicality that comes with the playoffs.
So the playoffs,
it changes every stage of the playoffs. From the first round to the second round to the third round, it gets that more physical, and each possession matters. But you don't get an appreciation for that unless you've been there and seen it, and to the point where every game is separated by one possession. You can go back on the film and see where you messed up that one possession and it cost you that game.
Right.
But when you're young, you don't know how to study that and have an appreciation for it. You're just playing and you're just using the energy of the playoff, your crowds. I've never been here. I'm excited. You're not like a student of the game when you're that young and paying attention to what it takes to win playoff series, what it feels like to be down, what we have to do to that's people can do that when they have that much experience, like coming back from 3-1. Yeah, I can use my past experience to say, you know what, just concentrate on this one game at a time. But it's easy to say that. It's easy to say that when you haven't done it.
Good seeing you, man.
Great seeing you.
You want to speak for yourself today?
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Okay, Bossman.
Guys, baseball season's off and running. Everybody's hitting except Giancarlo Stanton. Sorry, John, that was a cheap shot. NBA playoffs, hockey playoffs coming up. Guys, it's that time of the year. You wear less, you go outside. How do you get into the best shape? You work out, you eat right, and you take M-Drive. The entire M-Drive line is built on science, clinically tested, safe and effective ingredients designed to help you achieve your natural physical goals. It boosts your T levels, your testosterone levels already in your body. You can get it online at buymdrive.com, code HERD. You can get it at Walgreens or Duane Reade, Vitamin Shoppe, Sprouts, or GNC. You want to refine your prime. You want to stay young. They got M-Drive Boost and Burns, the Fat Burner, M-Drive Prime for people just starting out. All built on science, clinically tested, safe and effective ingredients, designed to help you achieve goals by boosting something you already have, testosterone.
Introducing the new 2018 Ford